Today I'm using my sketchbook, which has already had a collage under it, and I've worked on top. I'm going to add some more color and go from there. I'm using leftover paint that I had from another painting, just a way of using it up. This is acrylic, and I'm going to put some down over this page. It's quite dark right now, and it does have collage under it. It's from a journal page I had done. So I'm just putting a little bit of this yellow. Yellow's not my go-to color, and I'm finding that a little harsh, so I'm just wiping it back. So I find using a sketchbook a great place to use up your excess paint at the end of the day. You can develop your pages over several sittings. Just using a catalyst wedge here to add some lighter color so I can put more pure color on top of it. If you're working with any transparent colors and you put them on top of a dark color, you're not going to really get the full effect of that color. So by putting some light color down, then you're going to get a much brighter color. I'm scraping some of this orange over top now. My paint is dry and the orange is quite transparent, as you can see. So where it's going over the lighter spaces, it's quite bright. I'm going to find some figures now in this and see where it goes. So I'm kind of seeing the shape of something here. Kind of looks like a masculine figure. So I'm just going ahead and using chalk here. And I think he's feeling like he's walking away. Kind of looks like a night scene to me. And then on this page, I clearly see a figure here. And perhaps here. Maybe over here. Looks like a couple of buildings. I'm trying pastels on this, oil pastels on top of the acrylic here, and these are the oil pastels that Paul Rubens sent me, and I did a video on this before where you can watch me sampling them, but now I'm trying to actually use them on top of acrylic. And I'm not a oil pastelist, but I did work with them many years ago. When I was a teenager, actually, and I still have my very first oil pastel set. So this really reminds me of somebody in the night, maybe out for a stroll. I apologize for the flashes on the screen. Unfortunately, my camera went on the fritz and I've had to resort back to using a webcam, and this just seems to be something that it does when I'm recording. I like using pastel just for the convenience of it, and the oil pastels blend really, really nice, nothing to clean up. So it's something that I can do when I just run into my studio and I want to do something quick. I will have to use a fixative on it so that it doesn't all smear. Oil pastels actually never dry. They are made with, I believe, mineral oil in them. These ones are quite nice, rich and creamy feeling. And I'm putting in a light pole here just because I decided not to put another figure on this side of the page. I thought I would put something to balance the figure, and a light pole creates line. So I'm really not used to working like this. It is a different feel than acrylic for sure. So this white down at the bottom is definitely too dominant, so pushing that back with color. So really, when I'm working my sketchbook, I'm just looking for ideas and new types of figures, perhaps, that I could use in my bigger paintings. So it's just really a practice session. It's not anything too precious that I'm going to frame and keep, but I think it's valuable to use your sketchbook to flesh out some ideas, or just when you have a little bit of time, you don't want to commit to a painting or getting going on a painting that you've already started. This just doesn't take a lot of energy, and there isn't any worry about messing something up. So I think it's good to have a sketchbook handy for when you want to dive in and you have a little bit of time, but you don't want to get working on your bigger pieces. Just coming in around the head here, blending a little bit. So I am trying to preserve some of the underpainting here, right back to the collage actually. But I don't think this is working, unfortunately. It looked like a medallion, kind of like a church window, but it's too close to his head and was distracting from my main subject. So letting that go. You have to know when to let something go and when to keep something, so it can't always be your favorite things. Just toning this down a little bit on this side. It's also handy to have two pieces to work on so that you don't get caught up on one, or you get in a place where you can't decide what you want to do. It's really good to be able to go on to the other one. So I'm letting this bright bit here go as well. Wanting to add a little bit of dots on this side. Just kind of keep the painting flowing. Not sure about my light at this point. My lamp post, it looks a little bit too contrived. So I'm going to start working on this other side. I see that I can make a couple of these shapes into buildings. Just coming in, doing a little bit of negative painting with the pastel. One thing with the pastels is you don't have to mix your colors on a palette. You mix everything right on the substrate. That's kind of nice and handy. And this set of pastels has a lot of colors to choose from. And I didn't actually swatch them out, so I'm just going with what I can see on the tips. Putting a bit of a darker shadow side on this building. Toning these lighter areas down. They may look like reflections, perhaps. I'm not trying to make this picture perfect, but just give the essence. Bringing some more of these polka dots in, working both pages. I really love the paper on the Strathmore Mixed Media Journal. What I don't like as much is when I'm working on a 2-page spread like this is to have that ring spiral in the center. It's a bit distracting, and I think it would look better if the fold didn't have the spiral in it. So if you know of any great mixed media books that just fold out, that you can work right to the center, let me know in the comments. I'm almost out of pages in this sketchbook, so due to buy a new one. I'm not sure what the shape here really is. Perhaps, I don't know, a surfboard, your imagination, but I just left it. It just looks interesting to me to have that shape in front of the fellow. So maybe he's carrying something alongside him, or maybe it's something in the street. Your imagination. let me know what you think. Putting a little bit of light in the windows here so it looks a bit more like the buildings. So again, I apologize for the flashing. It's not the best video quality coming off the webcam. I don't know how to fix that, but until I can get a new camera, I can't really do much about it. So if you want to help with that, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account. Every $5 helps if you want to pitch in. That would be fantastic. So just coming back in, putting a little bit of color in his head, and I'm not sure now if he is walking backwards. He feels more forward to me now. So if I put a hat on him with it tilted back, that might make a difference. But now I'm coming in around this light, trying to give it more of a cast and a glow. Trying a little bit of a semic writing with a pastel just to break things up a little bit. No, I'm not going to do much more on these, but I think they did kind of develop into something interesting, and I like those dots from underneath showing up. It's always nice to leave some of the underpainting to show through. So just going back in here, toning those spots down a little bit. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a fast video today, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.